Get ready for the dictation. Start. The Constituent Assembly preferred two-tier system of governance. In December 1946, when the resolution was presented on the aims and objectives of the India's constitution before the Constituent Assembly, there was no specific reference to the villages and their governance. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who had favored the provincialism, expressed his opinion during a Constituent Assembly meeting. According to him, village republics in India are dominant by casteism and localism. Reforming Indian villages and bringing social development at the grassroots level requires a lot of time and effort. India's resources at the time of independence to be spent on developing global status of India and to solve the national problems such as providing food, shelter and clothing, health, etc. of the public rather than strengthening and re-engineering the villages. After independence and adoption of the Constitution of India, committee development projects were inaugurated in 1952 in line with the experiments at Santiniketan, Vadodara and Nilokheri. In 1957, Balwant Rai Mehta Committee was constituted, which submitted the report stating that public participation in community works should be organized through statutory representative bodies such as agencies at the village level which can represent the entire community, assume responsibility and provide leadership in the rural development programs of the government. National Development Council was established on the basis of the principle of democratic decentralization, which spread the word Panchayati Raj into the main frame of discussion about the rural development. First three-tier Panchayati Raj system was inaugurated on 2 October 1959 in Nagaur, Rajasthan. The Jayaprakash Narayan Committee further strengthened the idea of Panchayati Raj, and the Ministry of Community Development was brought under the Ministry of Food and Agriculture in 1971, and the word community development was replaced with the rural development. The Ashok Mehta Committee 1978 is the one which recommended for introducing the Panchayati Raj as a constitutional institution through an amendment. In spirit of Mehta Committee, the states including West Bengal, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh brought in new initiatives by reviewing their local bodies by entrusting more powers and finances. The West Bengal Panchayat Raj Act 1973 brought direct elections at regular intervals as a compulsory provision and deleted the discretionary power of the state in postponing the elections. The act further provided the financial powers to the third tier of the governance such as tax collection, non-tax revenues, etc. The 64th Amendment Bill was introduced stating that Panchayati Raj is an important facet of democracy and its constitutional protection is must for their functioning as representative institutions of the people. Later, the 64th Amendment Bill was followed by 65th Amendment Bill that sought to endow urban local bodies in similar lines of Panchayati Raj. Though both the bills received the required constitutional majority, the bills failed to take the shape of amendment legislation. Though India did not ignore the importance of the Panchayat Raj system and strengthening of the villages, the focus of the Indian government in the first 50 years was on national development. In the year 1992-93, 73rd and the 74th amendments were brought into the Indian Constitution, which recognized local self-governance as the third stratum of government. The statement of objects and reasons of the 73rd Amendment 1992, the Parliament recognized the existence of Panchayat Raj institution in India as a social institution and aimed to provide it the constitutional status by introducing relevant provisions into the Constitution. Article 40 of the Constitution, which is part of directive principles of state policy, states that state shall take steps to organize village panchayats and endow them with such powers and authority as may be necessary to enable them to function as units of self-government, recognizing that Panchayat Raj institution in India should be granted certainty, continuity and strength for acquiring the national development. Part 9 was introduced, which consists of the provisions relating to panchayats. Stop.